I release what's no longer serving me and invite in my authentic self. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Cosmic Clarity Podcast. I am your host, Claire, and I am so happy that you are here. It means so much to me because if you're here, I just know that you're a beautiful soul. You're an infinite being of love, and you're a beacon of light. Wherever you go, you sprinkle magic. Stay curious, stay open, and watch your magic unfold. Hello, welcome to my podcast. I'm so happy that you are here. Thank you so much. And for anybody who's new, welcome. I'm Claire. I'm the host of the Cosmic Clarity Podcast, and I love every single person who's listening. And I feel so blessed that you're listening, so thank you. So today I want to talk about understanding our triggers as glimmers from our soul, of saying, look here, this is where you have some kind of distortion in your reality or some kind of correction that you need to look at or love that you need to give yourself. And first and foremost, I want to give credit to Gila Shire. She's a spiritual goddess, a birth queen, a doula, a beautiful yogi who I encountered on my spiritual path through the Red Tent I'm in with the women's group Red Tent, where we're studying our wombs. And I met her also through Buddha Bella Healing Center. And I go to her restorative yoga class a lot. So highly recommend if you're in the Phoenix area to check her out, to encounter her aura. She's such a beautiful, beautiful person. But anyway, she brought to my attention that we should reframe the word trigger as glimmer. And I really like that because I do believe that, there's something very spiritual about our nervous systems. And I like the fact that you can, when you feel triggered, you feel it in your nervous system, right? But I like the term glimmer because it's more inviting to looking towards your glimmers, right? Looking towards it as actually clues from your soul, from your oversoul, from your higher self, from God, saying, look here, okay? Because there is so much wisdom behind your fears, your judgments, your worries. There's so much gold there. And once you look towards it and invite it in and be curious about it and have an open heart, it unlocks so much light. And that's what I think is happening in the nervous system. When you feel that density, when you feel that trigger, that's actually just density in your nervous system that wants to be alchemized. It wants light to be brought to it. And that's why it's so powerful to look towards your triggers. Okay, so we're navigating this life through our nervous system, right? So think of everything as being perfectly placed. So everything that you're encountering in your 3D is perfectly placed. It's perfectly designed by you and your higher self and God, right? By the source of all that is. And so know that whenever somebody or something in your 3D and your external is triggering you or glimmering you, think of it as a gift. It's a gift. It's perfectly designed by your oversoul, saying, okay, let's give her this opportunity. Let's give him this opportunity so that he can see this glimmer within his own self where he or she can love themselves more, or they, or whatever. How that person can love themselves more. How that person can be more soft in their own energy. How they can relax more in their own environment, in their own yoga class, wherever, whatever. My point is it's gold. It's gold from you and your higher self. So, and yeah, knowing that everything is perfectly placed. So the divine in that person is saying that thing, the creator in that person is saying that thing to trigger that in your nervous system that's divinely designed so that you can see that. So just know this, that your nervous system is giving you hints, it's giving you clues all the time of where you should look, where you should be curious. And yeah, I'm so freaking glad that I knew this during my spiritual awakening journey because, like, I remember when I first started going to dance, I I noticed that at one point, like, these two goddesses showed up, right? These two freaking divine, feminine, femme fatale, siren energy goddesses showed up, and all of a sudden I felt insecure because my back was no longer the most flexible in the room. They had more flexible backs than me, which my ego had always attached my worth to I have the most flexible back in the room, right? So my ego was attached to that. But then these girls show up, they have more flexible backs than me, and not only that, but they have bigger butts and bigger lips. So immediately my ego was glimmered. I was starting to have, like, feel not good enough. I was starting to feel vulnerable. I was starting to feel, just exposed, I guess. And I realized, and I knew, and I'm so grateful that I knew I was spiritually awakened enough to know that these people are just in my reality to show me that I still don't love myself fully, that there's still part of me that doesn't feel comfortable in my own skin. There's still part of me that needs to have the most flexible back in the room. There's still part of me that doesn't feel so sexy exactly as I am, right? And I'm just so grateful that I knew this, that they're their own queens in their own right, and that the only reason they're in this simulation is because my oversoul chose for me to interact with them. It's all divinely orchestrated. There's no mistakes in the divine mind. No mistakes. Okay? So basically I knew, oh, they're just showing me these parts of me, these aspects of me that still don't love myself. Because yeah, the key to all manifestation too, I truly believe, is self-love. And that when you're being triggered, especially when you're being triggered in insecurity or competition or whatever, it's just showing you programs that you still have. So like, if you're having, if somebody is glimmering you that makes you feel competition or comparison, that's showing you that you still have those programs, which are scarcity programs, because there's no competition on the spiritual plane. There's no competition on the spiritual plane. Okay, so like those goddesses that I encountered are in their own simulation. They're in their own video game, their own reality, with their own soul contracts, their own relationships, potential mates, their own stuff, their own karmic baggage, their own tycoons that they came into this lifetime with. They have their own, they're in their own universe. Universe. They're in their own universe. I'm in my own universe. Right? Another way that I noticed this on my spiritual journey is, like, I remember when I first started opening up to my family about my spiritual growth and like my dreams and my aspirations, that I wanted to have a podcast and a platform and all this stuff. I remember feeling like insecure because I thought that they didn't believe in me. And I thought that they thought that I was crazy, right? But really, what they were reflecting back at me was that if I needed them to fully believe in me, then that means it truly was because I didn't believe in myself fully yet. And truly what I needed to do is believe in myself fully for it to come to fruition. And then for that to be reflected back, that they start believing in me too. Right? And then also like when I was insecure that they thought I was crazy, I think truly it's because deep down there was still some part of me that felt like I was crazy. And then I realized, like, no, there is still part of me that does feel that way. And I need to remind myself that I'm not crazy, and that I'm so smart, and I am so disciplined, and I'm so intelligent, so freaking intelligent. And I have discernment. I have critical thinking skills, right? And so, yeah, there's that part of me that needed to validate that in myself. And that me needing it from them was actually just a reflection of my own need to give it to myself. So whatever you're looking for on the outside, you need to give to yourself. Like these people that are quote unquote making you feel things, nobody can make you feel anything. You're the only person that can make yourself feel anything, period. You're choosing to allow these people in your 3D to quote unquote make you feel anything. And truly, again, coming back to, there's no pebble that's wrong. Every pebble is perfectly placed. Every character in your reality is designed by you, by your oversoul, for you to see this about yourself. So whatever you're looking for, give yourself. Okay? And this applies to dating. This applies to everything. This is so important, you guys. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, always be curious about jealousy too, because jealousy is just showing you what you desire. And the truth of the reality is that if someone else has it, that means you can have it too. And again, there's no competition on the spiritual plane. Every soul has their own unique destiny, their own unique riches, their own unique blessings, their own unique magnetism, their own unique energy, their own unique way that the infinite source of light, the infinite source of all that is good in life can work through them. It's their own unique fractal. It's their own unique kaleidoscope of energy. The way that the light shines through you is going to be different than the way that it shines through me, period. So be curious about that. Be curious whenever your mind goes into fear, goes into judgment, goes into scarcity. And yeah, look there and ask yourself, why? Where's the evidence? Like because yeah, our mind is so multidimensional, and and that's also why I just want to be living in my truth so much now, because it's so exhausting to run away from my truth, and I've run away from my truth so much, and I'm just so done with it, because the more I stand in my truth and I stand in my power, and I'm willing to look at the fear, I'm willing to look at the judgment, I'm willing to look at the shame and face it head on and not be afraid to be seen, the more light flows through me. And it's like, the more I connect to that, the more it flows through me. And that's how God works, right? That's how source, that's how the light of all that is works. The more you're open to it, the more it flows through you, because we are the gateway for the divine. We are the divine, right? Okay, so be curious about yourself. Ask yourself why. And then also, it's in those tiny micro things. So I think spirituality is so beautiful, and I think that knowing that embodiment is so important is key on the spiritual growth journey. Because if you're just engaging in spiritual stuff to kind of escape from life, then that's when you're using spirituality as an escape, right? But the truth is that you can use it as an escape every now and then. That's fine. We're all human. But also know that you need to ground it in and embody it. And that happens in the small interactions. So throughout the day, where are you not being truthful? Where are you not acting in your authenticity? Where are you judging when you could see things from a place of love? Okay? And yeah, it's in those really small micro interactions where you're having a thought, but you're choosing to say something else, or you know there's a larger truth that you could be open to, but you're not even willing to go there. Be curious about that. Why are you not willing to look there? Because your truth will follow you around your whole life. It will follow you around your whole life. What you resist persists. And again, if you're just running away from your truth, if you're just running away from stuff, you're just going to be creating your life. And I shouldn't say you will. Who knows? I don't know, use your own discernment. But I feel like if I'm running away from my truth, I'm just creating my life from an unconscious state or from an untruthful state, I guess. And I don't want to live an authentic life. I want to live such an authentic life that I'm the exact same person when I'm by myself versus when I'm with people, right? I want to be the exact same person because I've lived the opposite, right? I've lived a life where I was a completely different person when I was by myself versus when I was with other people, right? And the thoughts I was having were so different than what I was saying. And I'm just so done with that I'm like, I just want to live in my truth so much. And my truth is that I'm a divine being. My truth is that I am worthy of the highest love, the highest truth, infinite abundance, and that I am infinitely intelligent. My soul is infinitely intelligent. And that I am a vessel for the divine, and all I have to do is open the gateways, open the channels, and allow that flow of the infinite light of all that is good to flow through me. And that's what this journey is every day learning how to flow with that more and more, which is in those small interactions, because in those small interactions, you're changing you. And you're changing your nervous system, and you're also signaling to your subconscious when you're allowing yourself to speak your truth and be seen. You're signaling to your subconscious, it's okay to be you. It's okay to be in your truth. It's okay to be in your authenticity. Okay? So it's in those small interactions. And that's when you allow your nervous system to be okay with that glimmer and breathe through it, And always be curious about your glimmers, always. And see your glimmers as such beautiful gifts from the divine, because everything is perfectly placed. Everything is designed by you, and your oversoul is having such a good time watching you navigate this life, because a movie would be boring if it was just easy, right? Of course, there's going to be twists and turns, ebbs and flows. There's going to be characters that come in, there's soul contracts, people that you need to interact with that are teaching you something about you. Because this is all a beautiful orchestration. It's all this beautiful design thing, and it's so fun. Once you realize it's so fun, it's so fun. And that's why I love living like this, because I'm like, I feel alive. I've never felt more alive. And if there's anything, because I think the truth is whatever you think the truth is. And so my truth is living life in this state of mind where it's fun. It's fun. It gets to be fun. It gets to be exciting. It gets to be open. It gets to be easy. It gets to be community. It gets to be laughter. It gets to be love, light, positive energy. Right? I love feeling good. It feels so good to feel good, right? And the more I feel good, the more goodness flows to me and through me and then pours out all around me. And it's this beautiful thing. Okay? So yeah, look towards your fear, look towards your shame, look towards your judgment. Ask yourself why. And then be curious about those micro times throughout the day that you are not being honest with yourself, first and foremost. But those moments, those tiny exchanges that you're not being honest with the people around you. And know that every opportunity in your day is giving you an opportunity to change your cellular structure, which will change the way the divine flows through you and crystallizes in your 3D. Because, yeah, your nervous system is your video game controller, and your nervous system is cellular. It's physiologic. It's anatomic. Okay? So, anywho, you're beautiful, you're divine, you're infinite. Don't ever stop believing in yourself. Know that anytime you're looking outside of you for validation, that's just because you're not validating yourself. And you have to validate yourself before the world will start validating you. Okay? So, validate yourself, give yourself some credit, love yourself. And yeah, how can you love yourself more each day? And anything that's quote unquote making you feel any way, that's you allowing that. So what can you give yourself? Okay? I love you. You're so beautiful. You're infinite. You're divine. I'm sending you so much love. I'm sending you so much abundance, so much pleasure. And yeah, you're beautiful. Have an amazing week. Oh my gosh, I am just so ready to put the past behind me and realize I can rewrite my story. I can be whoever the F I want because I'm the one in charge. It was always how I saw myself, always. And so I choose to see my beauty. I choose to see how divine every cell in my body is. And I recognize now that all of that shame and fear and judgment was just a program that had been installed into me from a very young age. And so I decide to transmute that, to alchemize that with love, with acceptance, with openness, with forgiveness. Because I realize now that judging myself in the mirror only reflects more of that into my reality right back at me. So I decide to smile in the mirror. I decide to see my beauty and love every part of me that is there. Because the simple act of doing that reflects more love right back at me. And now I realize that it was all me. It always was how I saw myself. Everything in my reality was just how I saw myself. And now I realize the more I love myself, the more I accept my body and myself exactly as I am, the more love is magnetized to me, flows through me and all around me, and it ripples out into all the people I love. And it's this beautiful, magnificent thing that happens. And I just feel so grateful, so blessed to know this, that I'm so worthy of all these things I've always desired. And that it is okay to desire those things, because if I desire them, that means that they are a reality. And the only thing I have to do is know it and be it every single day. Whenever I forget who I am, I remind myself of who the F I am. I love me.